I like the flashback story and how there are intertwined stories and characters' lives. This short really keeps you on your toes, and you're constantly trying to figure the puzzle pieces out, and how everything is interconnected. I like that because they don't really tell you everything up front, and it makes the reward at the end all the more sweet as a viewer when it's all explained towards the end. But I do like how they sort of blindly guide us with how the story is told.
The writing was intriguing. I liked how the film had a quest like feel as the two main characters searched to replace the lost charm. The two leads were young but very talented performers, able to carry the story with commitment and passion. The other storyline about the interviews and flashbacks were also compelling. Thoughtful questions were raised about racism. The camera work was well done, good editing and pace, and the direction was also strong. I liked the eerie soundtrack during some parts of the film, and the muted lighting worked well for this somber piece.
There's this kind of fearlessness, there's this kind of just recklessness that can come along with kids sometimes, where they just don't have the same fear, they don't have the same imposed societal boundaries that adults do, and so I really liked the parallel between running like these young kids that are kind of trying to come into themselves and starting to like really discover peer groups and starting to develop their own self image. And then at the same time, you have this great big jump and you have these like full blown adults that are like having this interview, sitting down, having this conversation. And you could just see like such a stark difference between the two. Even though like there's so many parallels between them. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really creepy, but not in like an overly showy way was it creepy. It was just creepy enough to kind of have these concepts and these things that just generally leave people with like their feeling like their skin's crawling a little bit.
This film really captures the attention quickly. It's one with a popular song at the front, this hip hop tune. This film in general has the makings of a good story, which I assume is a biopic since the credit did list Prince and they kept naming him that and calling the kid that. I'll say the acting left a little to be desired. I know with children it's sometimes hard to get the good performance, but some of the lines felt very, very forced. However, the film in general was really well written. The score kept the story going. It almost felt like you could feel your heart racing. You knew something was going to happen. And the fact that they used props so well in this, the necklace and the literal symbolism of not only the necklace, but literally eating crow, where the guy coughs up a crow. It's something that wasn't expected, but it was a good twist to this film, and it was something that made it very, very interesting.
There was a lot of odd activity going around between the relationship of the two little boys, the circumstance under which the necklace disappeared, the dead roaches on the floor, the interviewer who coughs out a bird, the woman who takes the necklace by the end that screams with a mask on her mouth. The necklace is magical, and perhaps, as the boy said, wards off bad and evil things. I think it belonged to higher beings. Maybe like the woman in the end? It's why the boys did not get shot and killed, since it protected them. The color grading is good. There's a lot of different colors. They do well trying to make the scenes look old school. There's a lot of wide establishing shots that show the environments really well. The cinematography and lighting are good. I also noticed the one boy wears blue and the other red, which matches well for their personalities because the blue one is only curious and the red one instigates trouble.
The filmmakers did such a great job with their cinematography because so much of this film was shot at night and it was very low lighting, but you could still make out everything. You could still see everything. The colors were there. It was really expertly done. And then the music comes in, and the music that they chose fit this film so well. It followed the story beautifully as well. I like the way that they had the story building, where they were going with this story. in such a short period of time, because this was only a 12-minute film, they filled every single moment with something important. There was no lag, which was really good.
The actors did a really great job. You know, it's good to see, you know, especially a couple of kids like this that are able to, you know, really carry the majority of the screen time. So good job there. And you know, I like the title, Mr. Backlash. I like the, you know, I like that we got a kind of a horror villain, you know, that is emerging here. You know, we're kind of following in the steps of like a Jason or a Freddy, but we got an urban horror villain happening. So that's pretty cool.